and welcome to episode 14 of Matt's World. I was thinking this morning about how far the show has come, and it's all thanks to you guys listening. Matt's World is the people's podcast, so remember to subscribe, rate and review, or just share with a mate. This week we're discussing the ick. What is it? What can cause it? When does it happen? And can you shake it off? The ick is essentially a turn-off. It's the cringy, unsettling feeling that you get in your guts when someone you were previously enamored with becomes unexplainably repulsive to you. It's a blanket term for that feeling, which is usually brought on by a very small but a very specific thing. It contradicts the rational mind, and it could be spurred on by anything, a quality, a habit, or an event that repels you from the object of your desire, sometimes forever. Now, the ick can strike at any time, and a friend of mine on Instagram told me she got the ick from her 6-year fiancé with a baby on the way. So I asked you guys to submit your strangest icks that you've experienced in your relationships and while dating, and up next is my chat with Pip all about our icks alongside your submissions. Hi, Pip.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, babes. How are you?
I'm good. It's snowing today, which is very exciting for a little Australian like me.
Oh my gosh, does everybody know I was present for Muddy's first London snow, well, first real snow ever.
Yeah, from the sky.
Yeah.
I've never seen it snow from the sky except when we were working together at...
And, do you want to put where we work together on the podcast?
When we worked together at a media agency.
Yeah, and like literally it was like, it's snow, and I was like, oh my god, Maddie's never seen snow, and like someone was on call and was like, Philippa, please. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, they were all like, we're on a call, can you stop?
But then afterwards they were like, oh sorry, we were just on a call, we're so happy you're excited. It was like, yay.
Too cute. All right, well, let's get stuck into our speed date round so everyone listening can get a bit of a feel for who you are. So how did you and I first meet?
You and I first met at a media agency that we both used to work at, and you joined the team maybe like a couple of weeks after I did, and like eventually became really good friends. And then they made the mistake of making us sit next to each other, which is stupid because we used to argue like sisters and cackle like sisters. And then you left, and then you came back, and then you sat opposite me, and we did more of the same.
We did more of the same, and every lunchtime we'd watch Vine compilations for an hour and just sit there laughing. It was so good.
When it was cold, when it was warm, we went outside. Like, we did leave the office. We did go for walks, but like when it was cold, we just used to sit and chat shit. Chat shit,
watch Vine compilations. It was stunning. So how long have you been in a relationship?
For a couple of months now.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Which is really weird because obviously, like, being on a podcast like this and talking about what we're about to, he's probably going to be like, oh my god, do I do any of these things? No, you don't, babe.
Oh my god.
Probably don't listen to this one. Maybe skip this one.
Hopefully he's not listening right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well then previously, before you were in a relationship, how often would you say that you went on dates?
I don't know. Like, I was a serial dater. Mm-hmm. Probably like one a week. 2 a week.
I feel like in London that's quite standard. Like, everyone says serial dater, but I think that's quite a normal amount and, like, you know, an acceptable amount.
It wasn't always with different people, don't mind. Like, when I say like one, but like I was going on dates. I wanted to meet people, and the only way you're going to meet people is by getting yourself out there. And I feel like Londoners especially have a tendency to, when you go out with your friends, like be very insular with your friends. Like, because your friends are coming from all over the place, different parts of London, different parts of the country maybe, and you haven't seen them. So you want to spend time and really engage with them. So you're not really open to talking to other people. So I'd be like, this is friend time. And then dates would be time for me to meet other people. So
true. I feel like if we were out and about now, though, I'd make the effort. And if Corona was, you know, not a thing, I'd make the effort to spread my wings as far as I can and talk to every stranger in the pub, because I'm really missing like interacting with people that aren't my direct housemates at the moment.
Oh god, yeah. Like, I feel like I would revert back to like 2011 Pip, where when I was at university and I just used to talk to fucking everybody.
Perfect. All right. Well, what is your usual type then?
I would say my usual type is someone who is like cheeky and funny and has broad shoulders. Facially, guys tend to look quite different. And like racially, I would say that they're either black or they're white. There's no in between.
Okay. I feel like you've described me at the start, cheeky, funny, broad-shouldered.
Are you broad-shouldered, pal?
Compared to my overall body size, they are
Fair
quite
enough.
broad. I could have been a swimmer.
Oh, yes, you do. Actually, you do have a swimmer's body, yes.
I've got a swimmer's back. I'm like a triangle.
But you are not, unfortunately, my type.
Damn.
So,
No. Okay, well, what's the best thing about being in a relationship? This is our last question, so make it good.
Ooh, the best part of being in a relationship is having someone to be stupid with. I'm goofy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very serious, but I'm also very goofy. And it's nice to be able to do that with somebody else who is equally as stupid. Like, I think me and my boyfriend tell each other that we're stupid at least 7 times a day.
Someone you can be like friends with and have like a silly laugh with, but then have like the fun, serious times as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope everyone has a bit of a good idea of who Pip is and how we know each other. And this episode was born out of a story that you told me all about the ick. So previously in this episode, I've sort of done a little bit of a recap of what the ick is, and everyone on Instagram has submitted their best and worst types of the ick. And I thought you could start by telling your story, and then we can share some of the ones that everyone out there listening has shared with us and have our 2 cents. So over to you.
Before I met my lovely boyfriend, as I was saying, I was, dating people quite regularly. And I think a lot of them, it just like sort of fizzled out, and it was just like, oh, I just wasn't in the right place, or he wasn't in the right place, or we just realised that we just didn't like each other. But it was like, it was fine. But like I dated this guy, and I say dated, we only went on 2 dates, right? And the first date was fine. And the second date, by then I had realised that he had a really, really annoying habit. And it came to a head on the second date. And then after this, everything he did just drove me insane. He kept singing my name. So every time he said my name, he'd be like, Philippa, can I have a glass of water?
What?
Philippa, what are you doing today?
Different styles of like singing, or always in the same way?
Mainly the style that I've done.
Philippa.
You're weird, bro.
Yeah, sometimes certain things like that it just puts the ick in your mind, and it's kind of like a little gnat biting on the back of your neck. You're just like, oh, cringe.
I was just like, why are you doing this? I did ask him to stop. I was like, don't do that, please. And he didn't. But like, then after that, everything he did like got on my nerves. He was just like really fucking weird. And like, I remember I was talking, so you know this, but the audience don't. I've got one of my best friends lives in Canada. So I was just talking about how, that year, if things hadn't transpired the way they had, I probably would have gotten myself a working visa and moved to Canada. And he was just like, oh, that's cool. Are you still thinking about doing that? I was like, yeah, maybe when this pandemic ends and all of the whatever, like maybe depending on what my life is like, I will just up sticks and go. And he was like, well, I'll go with you. And I was like, no. I've met you twice.
You're not invited.
And it's just like, and then it's just from then it's just like it kept getting annoying. So he kept saying my name, and then he kept saying things, and then we were having this minor disagreement about something, and he just couldn't understand why I didn't do something. He was like, that's just ridiculous to me. And I was like,
people are different.
I was like, why are you being so stupid? People have different, like, whatever. And he was just like, I find it really offensive that you called me stupid. And I was just like, oh my God.
This is literally what Pip's usual type is supposed to be like, silly and stupid.
I wanted to rip my arm off and throw it at him. I was like, just shut up, just shut up.
Just cringing at everything he's doing.
Really cringe, but yeah, I got the ick because he just kept singing my name.
You did go out with him, so
yeah, it is my fault.
It is all your fault. Well, I was thinking about the ick and different things that give me the ick, and I think my main one is guys that take you to a chain restaurant. I just find it so cringe. Like, I just think I'd rather, maybe it's being from Melbourne, there's quite a like big restaurant and cafe culture there. It's quite snobby, like I'm a bit of a coffee snob and that kind of thing. But just if someone wants you to take you to like a Zzz's or a Bella Italia, I'm like, there's plenty of restaurants, and this is not a price thing. I don't care about guys spending lots of money on a date. Honestly, I'm happy to split the bill, all of that stuff. But I just think have a bit of creativity. Like, I don't want to go to Bella Italia. I don't want you to, like, you know, look up a deal that we could get while we're sitting at the table. Like, just, ew.
So funny you say that, because that brings me on to another ick I had. So you know what a golden birthday is, right? When you turn your birthday age on the day that you were born. So my golden birthday was my 22nd birthday, and I was seeing this guy. Oh God, Anyway, he was like, honestly, we could do another episode about that guy. And he was like, oh, I'll take you to this nice Italian restaurant, like near Holborn, for my 22nd birthday, because my birthday's on the 22nd. And this is before mine. This is before I started working at the media agency we worked at. So I didn't know the area well, but I was temping at a university nearby. So I was just like, if he's talking about Holborn, I don't really know anywhere in Holborn. Maybe he means Gray's Inn Road. Maybe he means Covent Garden. I don't know. And he took me to Spaghetti House on my birthday.
No, I just find it so cringe. And
don't get me wrong, I'm not as upset with chain restaurants as you are. I don't know. I just think that it's just part of what we do here, in terms of you go to your local shopping centre and then you just drop in the chain restaurant. Like, so because obviously I've grown up in the suburbs of London, you know, you're not always gonna want to go into central London to go somewhere, and there are not always many standalone restaurants around here. You've got the luxury of living in a nice area of London where there are lots of different types of restaurants. So I don't really care, but like, I do think there are levels, and especially at our age now. When I was 22, that wasn't a massive issue, but I did think it was gross, but because it was my birthday. But like, at the age of 29, I just feel like if you're saying, I want to take you for dinner, it would be nice if you chose somewhere that, even if it is a chain, somewhere that's just like not a super chain. Like a Bella Italia, I think, is too much. But like, if we've been dating for a while and you want to go for a Nando's, that's absolutely fine. But like, if we're trying to impress each other, like at the beginning, maybe go for somewhere that, you know, doesn't, like, obviously is like slightly a chain, but isn't too much, like a Flatiron. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like as well, to me, chains are kind of like, if you're shopping with the girls and then you're sort of like, oh, should we just like drop in and get like a quick lunch and then keep shopping or something? It's not like someone where and it's just so easy to jump on Google and Google cool restaurants in your area. It's not exactly hard to do. It just, to me, it just seems lazy, and it just, I don't know, it just shows bad taste. And speaking of taste, another thing that really gives me the ick is just guys that don't like take care of themselves in the way that like they just don't eat vegetables or something. And I'm like, it honestly freaks me out. I'm just like, what, like, I can't even explain it. It gives me the ick. That's the thing about the ick. It's sometimes unexplainable, but just like
men who don't drink water. Well, why don't you drink water?
Like, your skin's so dry.
Like, oh, it doesn't taste of anything. I mean, yeah, no, but like, your body is made up of like 70% of it, so you need it. Drink some water, bro.
And guys who are like, oh, I'm scared of going bald, and they use caffeine shampoo and stuff, and then they're not drinking water. I'm like, how do you think hair grows?
Very specific point there, because I don't know any men who use caffeine shampoo, but maybe the men that I've been going out with, that like they've even been bald or they've been blessed with thick hair. There's no in between.
Yeah, I feel like it's always those people as well that are looking like for a quick fix, like girls or guys that go out and like drink heaps on the weekend or like do loads of drugs, and then they're like don't even drink enough water, and then they're using like a $60 skin cream at night, and I'm like, girl, that is not what's giving you wrinkles.
My skin is so sallow and it just looks so shit. So like, I got my mum to buy me a bottle of La Mer, even though I get on it and I'm in a ket hole 75% of the weekend.
Yeah. Genuinely.
You put away 60 Bensons a week.
Literally. Oh, God. All right. Well, now that we've got our stories out the way, I thought we could read through some of the submissions we've had, because they're quite magical and they kill me.
Some of the ones that Maddie collected and then some of the ones that I collected have been hilarious. Like, I realised that when I was looking at everybody else's, I was like, mine isn't too bad, but actually no, sorry, someone singing your fucking name every time they say your name is terrible. It's
pretty bad. All right, here's our first one.
He kept using the monkey emoji and the tilted crying laughing emoji.
I don't like the monkeys. I find them cringe. If a guy's like going like like with a little monkey.
The laughing emojis are fine because we're all lolling. Like, I would be cruel to deprive someone of a laugh. But I really, really do not enjoy the monkey emoji.
The monkeys freak me out. It's just like trying to be cheeky or something. It just
I'm hiding. I'm covering my face. Don't judge me.
Ew, it's
no,
like those
stop.
kind of girls that are like trying to be all cute and kawaii and like, I don't know. It's just really, that cringes me out so much.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next one.
I imagined him running for the tube and missing it.
So he didn't even actually do it. She just imagined him doing it.
Why would you imagine someone running?
I don't know. It's not
I know,
pleasant.
I'm imagining my boyfriend running and I don't want to.
It cringes you out.
How did that come into their head?
I don't know. It is such a funny and cringe, like it's just tragic watching someone run for the tube and miss it, isn't it? You just feel heartbroken, but at the same time, it's so funny.
It's worse watching them run for the bus.
Yeah, and the bus driver's like, no.
Because like, I obviously, growing up in London, have run for many fucking bus in my time. And it's like, it's bad because like the bus is shaming, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's peasant wagon.
Yeah. Peasant wagon.
So the fact, and I say this as a person who is a regular, partaker of peasant wagons.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so like the fact that you've got to get on one is like bad enough. And then you've run for it because like you clearly need it. And then you've missed it. So you have to stand at the bus stop
like a loser.
for God knows however long, depending on how regular your bus is. Like, shaming.
Yeah, it's not pretty. All right, so next one.
He was too available and too nice.
I understand this even though it makes no sense.
I hate it, but I understand. I don't know. But then this is the thing, right? And here's the thing about the ick. It's irrational.
Yeah.
So if this was someone that you really were really, really into and they were available and they were nice, that would be fantastic for you.
Yeah.
Like, you would be into that. But if you're not really into them and you need some sort of Jedi mind trick to be into them, them being too available turns you off. And it's really sad because nice guys are great.
Yeah.
Not incels, though.
What's an incel?
An involuntary celibate person. So, like, usually guys with neck beards who sit on Reddit and, like, are angry at women and just think feminism is stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, they could never get a girl. Like, they're like, oh, nice guys always finish last. And it's like, no, it's not that nice guys finish last. It's just that you feel entitled to women.
Yeah, it's also like just because you're nice to someone doesn't mean that you get to shag them. It's just not how it works, hon. Okay, next one here.
I threw a ball to him and he dropped it.
So emasculating. The ick.
That is just so mean because, like, if you threw a ball to me and I dropped it, would you not like me? Like, some people just are not. I mean, are all men meant to be sportsmen?
There is something slightly pathetic about it, though, just seeing someone fumble and like, oh no. Such an anticlimax. And I'm really good. I don't seem like someone who have good motor skills, but like I have really good hand-eye coordination. Like if you throw me a ball, I'm going to catch it. So if you just, I don't know, I expect if I throw something to someone like a drink bottle or keys or whatever, they're just going to catch it. And if they don't, it's quite jarring. I find it very stressful.
That is hilarious. That is so funny.
Okay.
She kept trying to talk like a roadman, but went to a boarding school.
I hate this one.
Because to be working class is to be cool all of a sudden, and I fucking hate it.
Yes.
Listen, Tarquin, pronounce your T's and your H's, okay?
Yeah, I this was actually one that my housemate submitted, and I didn't realize it bothered me so much until he said it, and I was like, you know what? I actually do know. I know loads of girls that do it. I don't know if I've met any guys that do it, probably because I wouldn't be able to tell. But I just feel like you know a posh girl when you see one, and then she opens her mouth and starts talking like she's from ends, and you're just like, no.
You probably haven't noticed, but like there have been plenty. Where we worked, the agency we worked at was full of them.
Really?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh my God. I'm going to ask you later who it was.
Be cool and fun and be yourself though, but like, you know, you can still have like a posh voice and wear the clothes that you want to wear. Like, I don't understand why it has to come with this affected accent.
Yeah.
Like, bearing in mind where I've grown up, I feel like I speak, I mean, probably people are going to listen to me and like, you're not proper, but like, I feel like I speak properly in comparison to a lot of people who haven't grown up where I've grown up and like affect this accent. Like, behave yourself, man.
Behave.
Stop it.
Stop that.
Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help. All right.
He kept crossing his legs while sitting.
I feel like a lot of girls have submitted these, and This is why toxic masculinity affects us all, because it's rules like this, weird rules like guys can't cross their legs, or guys can't cry, or guys can't do certain feminine things, that like it's creating these icks that we shouldn't really have. Like, I don't see anything wrong with a guy crossing his legs. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, sorry, don't cross your legs.
You don't like it?
Why are you sitting with your legs crossed for?
Uncross those. I know it's squishing
Like,
your willy.
No, but like, hold on, crossed how? Because is it like on a chair or is it on the floor?
Oh, like on a chair. Who sits on the floor?
That's what I'm saying. Like, people who sit on the floor with their legs crossed, like, no, it's not yoga time.
Who does that?
I don't know, but on the chair, I don't mind.
On the chair, I don't
Maybe
mind.
it's because my dad crosses his legs.
Perhaps. And when they've got the little the two hands like draped over each other in like a really classy way, I'm like,
No, absolutely not. Don't do that. That's weird.
It looks like that little meme of the fox sitting there on the edge of the bed.
Exactly.
So strange.
Can we share some of mine?
Oh yeah, go on.
All right. So one of my friends was like,
A guy I dated smiled a lot during sex. It made me sick, so I had to end it.
No, what's he smiling at? What are you looking at? Why are you so happy?
I thought that one was really fucking funny.
Yeah, that one's great.
One of our friends was like, a guy turned up to a date in a horrific white puffer jacket.
White puffer is a no. White anything to me is a no, unless it's a t-shirt or a shirt. Like white jeans, no.
What men wear white jeans past 2008 and the Mighty Boosh era? Like, what is this?
I've seen people in Ibiza wearing them. I've never been, but I've seen it on Instagram.
Oh, wait, no, that's a good point. Yes.
Like Essexy
men do
sort of
like to wear
guys.
white jeans on holiday.
Mm-hmm. It's like a summery, like Miami Vice kind of a vibe. I don't understand it. I don't agree with it.
I don't mind too much. Now I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, on holiday it's all right.
If they've got like a cool shirt on and like a nice tan, but I just still feel like blue or black would be better. But I don't know, maybe if you're in a summery country, it would be acceptable.
That's true.
Here's one of the next ones.
I went home with her and found out she doesn't brush her teeth before bed.
That's just basic hygiene. That's not even an ick.
But then is that like you went home with her when you two were both pissed? Because I can't lie, there are some times when I'm really drunk and I'm just like, I just want to get into bed.
Yeah, I feel that. If you come home drunk after a date as well, like maybe you just kind of want to get down to business, you know? You're not really thinking about brushing your teeth. You're preoccupied.
Dental hygiene time.
No, I feel that. I think that's just basic hygiene. But if you're drunk, let it pass.
I will let it pass. I will let it pass if you're drunk. We're not all the best that we can be when we're drunk.
Exactly. All right, do you want to read another one of yours?
Oh, yeah. This one's a good one.
Yeah.
He took me to JD Sports on a first date and pretended to ejaculate over trainers that he liked.
On a first date?
On a first date?
What? Who goes shopping on a first date? I mean, I guess I can't imagine it anymore because it's just been so long since I've been shopping in general. But is that a thing, like going shopping on a first date?
Well, I wonder if, like, just because of the sort of person this girl is, I wonder if they were, like, in the West End or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they went to Soho for, like food or something. They just walked past a shop. And he was like, oh, let's go in. I want to see something.
Oh, my God.
He's like, oh, my days, I love these trainers. But actually, at the same time, like, this girl's she's a very classy friend of mine. And, like, I don't understand why any guy would see her and think that would be her vibe.
It's just, yeah, that's another thing that's just cringe. It's kind of the same vein as, like, singing your voice. Like, are you trying to be funny? Like, what are you trying to achieve by this? Like, it's just weird. Okay, here's the next one.
He started telling me about his problems.
Oh, that's mean.
So
That's mean, but it's just sort of like, at what point do you do this? Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't, you're not meant to do this at the beginning.
Is this first date? Is it fifth date? I mean, you're allowed to talk to your boyfriend and girlfriend about problems, but if it's first date and you're just unloading, I'd just be like, red flag.
Oh, yeah. I mean, singing guy did that as well.
It's just not pretty. Like, hide that stuff until we get to know each other and then unload.
It's just really not attractive because it's just like, fair enough, we are all flawed people. We are all flawed people. We all have our crosses to bear. But, like, I really don't want to know about, like, your childhood trauma with your parents.
Yeah, not a vibe.
Because it makes you look damaged. And it's just sort of like, I just want to get to know you and enjoy you as a person. And if we vibe and then you are damaged, then, you know, that's
possible,
fine. We are all damaged. But like,
yeah, it's like, and you're meant to kind of present your best self on a first date. I feel like vulnerability and honesty and authenticity, like we love that in Mad's world. But I think if you're just complaining to someone who you don't really know that well, like what are you hoping to achieve? You can't expect someone to care for you on a deep level when you've just literally just met. It's not the time.
Also, I don't have a master's or a PhD in this field. I cannot help you here. Like, I really can't.
Yeah, I just
talk to someone who's professional about these things. They can give you real,
get some help.
Get some worksheets. Work on that.
Fill out maybe do some online quizzes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's got their own shit going on. I don't need to handle yours as well unless I care about you. Okay, here's the next one.
He wore a turtleneck jumper.
So I love a turtleneck.
Yeah, same here. Fuck you, whoever put this in. So I'm not into this.
Fuck you. We've lost the listener. Don't switch off.
No, don't switch off, but like, don't ever talk to me and my babes again.
Yeah.
Go away.
I'm sorry, but in The Holiday, Jude Law wearing that white turtleneck, actually, does he wear it or does Cameron Diaz wear it? It doesn't matter. It looks really good. And I feel like that is a general vibe. Stunning. My boyfriend wears them. I love it. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
I'm literally in the process of getting my boyfriend one.
Yes. White? A white one?
No, not a white one. Girl, please. A black
Rob
one.
wears a white one. I love it.
Oh, no, that's too much.
It's cream. It's cream. It's cream.
It's like a white one would give me the ick because it gives me like, oh, I'm just swishing around my whiskey. Man.
That's his vibe. That's why I like it. It's cute.
So this is why me and Maddie are such great friends, because we do not have the same type whatsoever.
Imagine us fighting over a guy. Like, he just
the day we fight over a guy is the day that hell has frozen over.
Pigs are flying around.
It's literally funny because I was actually having this conversation with another really good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And we've known each other for over 10 years now, and we've never found the same person attractive once.
That's amazing.
And she sent me a picture of someone, and I was just like, oh, he's pretty okay. And she was like, have you still got COVID?
Are you okay? Can you smell?
Are you okay? Have you still got COVID?
Genuinely. I think back when we were working together, I used to just show you like the dirty band guys that I was into and be like, oh my God, I'm going on a date tonight. How hot is this guy? And you'd be like, ew. That is disgusting.
I'm sure he's got a nice personality.
Yeah, literally. Nah, you were more savage than that, but I appreciated it.
Definitely was more savage than that. I've gotten soft in my old age.
So here's the next one.
He had a Hawaiian print bag at age 28. You're not a Billabong model, hun.
So I love when people submit them and have their own commentary on it. I just love that.
I think I would die.
No, Hawaiian print. No, I know it came in fashion like 2 years ago to have like those like green leaves on white, like as an Instagram sort of a vibe, but that is just so, I find it like kitsch and just cringy.
It is horrible. I'm sorry. It's a very Instagram aesthetic, and I just feel like leave it on Instagram. Don't print it on all of your shit.
And you're not a Billabong model, hun. Do you have Billabong in the UK?
Oh yeah.
Nice, yeah. It's an Aussie. Oh, I thought it was Aussie, but it's an Aussie surfing brand. So I wasn't sure if you'd get the reference, but I'm really glad you do.
We have like it's Billabong, Quicksilver, all that sort of shit. Like in one corner of your shopping centre.
Yeah.
That I don't walk down because I have no business being there.
No business. It's not 2010. Actually,
it's not for me.
2010. It's probably more like 2001.
I'm thinking like my mid-secondary school career, so like 2006.
Career?
Yes, career.
Oh, God. Okay, here's another one.
He wrote hee over text, and I kept imagining him giggling like Shirley Temple.
That's so true. That's like...
Okay, I have something to say about hee. So for like 10 years, when people would write H-E-H-E, I was imagining it like like a frill neck lizard.
Same.
Being like
Same. I think it depends on how long the hair is and if the hair comes with a H at the end.
Yes. I'm kind of like, is it a cute Shirley Temple giggle like hee or is it like Yeah, so to me, I'm not imagining that. I'm imagining like someone with a double chin being like
I think it was just like hee. It's like hee. Like, you're cute, hee hee. Do
Yeah,
it.
nah, that does cringe me out. It's in the same strain as the monkey emojis or the, you know what? I think we missed this in the first one. It's the tilted crying laughing emoji. Crying laughing emoji is fine. It's that tilted one. You know, the new one that's like to the side.
I use the tilted one because I use the tilted one.
Yeah, but maybe that's us being millennials because millennials are the new cringy generation. Because you know how Gen X would cringe us out with like their weird memes on Facebook and stuff. Apparently, we're cringe.
Have you seen that TikTok where it's just like ways that you can spot a millennial? And it's like if you have a side part in, if you wear skinny jeans. And I can't remember what the other one is. And I was like, middle partings don't work for me because of the shape of my face. So fuck off. I'm not going to try a trend just to placate you.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to look pretty.
Yep.
Skinny jeans, you can rip them from my cold, dead hands.
I'm not a skinny jeans girl anymore. I've decided. I went home for Christmas to my boyfriend's family and he was like, wear some skinny jeans. They look so good on you. And I was like, honestly, I haven't owned skinny jeans in so long and I like my mum jeans because it covers all the curves and it just makes me look edgy.
But see, covering all my curves makes me look like a rectangle.
I like that because then people...
I'm a big booty bitch.
I'm a Billie Eilish. I like to cover the body and make sure no one knows what it looks like. I used to just love little dresses, like boobs out, all of that. But then I realized I was getting no validation from random guys on Facebook being like, nice boobs. Don't need it.
You know, they're a good pair of boobs.
That's the thing. If you love your boobs, get them out. I do love my boobs, but at the moment, they're just staying in. I know they look good.
And that's a choice you have to make.
It's a phase that I'm going through. The boobs stay in the clothes.
In the clothes.
Okay, there's 2 more submissions that I've got, and then we can go through any final ones that you've got. So here's the second last one.
He had an ugly car.
I hate to say it because I currently do not own a car.
Mm-hmm.
But like it does, you know, like when you see the sort of car that the guy's driving, you're just a bit like, yeah.
Yeah,
it shouldn't. And it's really materialistic of me, but the game's the game, man.
It feels shallow, but you can't. This is the thing about the ick. It's irrational. You can't justify it. Like, if someone has an ugly car and that turns you off and sends you west, like, you can't help it. And I think as well, there's such thing as having an ugly car. There's also such thing as having a messy car. I find that messy cars gross me out. It's not common for guys to have messy cars, but like when there's like McDonald's in there or there's like just like dirt or like I think people who work outdoors a lot, like sometimes I can let this slide if they're like out in the garden and stuff, but if there's just like dirt in like the floor.
There are so many guys that I've dated where they were just like loads of like Diet Coke cans or like Lucozade bottles, and I'm like, you have a home, right? So you can take it inside with you and put it in your mother's bin.
And if anything, there's rubbish bins out. Like, do you have rubbish bins out on the street in England? Like, the car goes next to that.
I mean, we do, but we don't. And this is an interesting thing, a fun fact for you. So, like, when the IRA were bombing a lot of shit in the UK in like the 70s and 80s, they used to bomb. Sorry, they used to do a lot of like bin bombs. Oh, so they reduced the amount of bins on the streets a lot.
Whoa!
So I think that there are less bins on like UK, at least like English streets, than there are in other parts of the world.
Whoa, that's really interesting and clever. I did notice that they don't have them in the tube anymore, but they sometimes have like those giant bag ones that is like a giant see-through bag.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess it makes sense. In Australia, where I'm from, out in the suburbs, no bombings. Here is our last submission.
He didn't put his knife and fork together at the end of a meal.
I think this is just basic etiquette. It could ick me out, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe you're just not trained well.
Okay, so I have a confession to make. No, it's not about me. I am like a real stickler for like how people cut their food. Oh. And my babes cuts his food really weird.
Cuts it how?
It hasn't given me the ick. I can't even explain it. It's just strange.
Oh my God.
But like, it just made me realise that not everybody is taught how to use their knife and fork. So
yeah. I don't know if it's an unfair thing to get turned off by, but I
mean, I do get it where it's just like, yo. But like putting your knife and fork together at the end of at the end of a meal, I feel like that's the least offensive thing.
Yeah, rather than like how someone eats, like if there's food all over their face, or you know what, I use my knife and fork, like I'm right-handed and I use my knife and fork in the opposite way that you should, and it really freaks everyone out sometimes. Like, I didn't know you were left-handed. I'm just like, no, I just like to stab the food how I like to stab the food. So come at me. Sorry, this is how I hold food.
So one of our friends wrote, "It's feet for me every time. If they look like they could belong to a woman, I can't cope."
Feet.
As
in, like, she's saying that a male's feet when he has girly feet.
Yes.
That's
when
the
a man
opposite.
has feminine feet.
I love a feminine foot. I hate when guys have long toenails, hairy little hobbit toes. Like,
I don't want you to have long toenails. Like, still have nice hygiene, but they shouldn't be dainty. Don't have dainty anything. Dainty hands, dainty feet, a dainty body.
I do like a soft foot when a soft foot rubs against your foot in the bed, though. I hate when it's like a rough, calloused foot. Like, get that disgusting little orc foot away from me. Get that hoof away.
I don't mind them being soft. I quite like them being soft, but yeah, but like it looking like really like elegant.
Yeah.
And then my last one is knotted gunk in armpits. So you know, like when you like use deodorant, but like the guy's got a hairy armpit.
Oh my
and
God.
it just gets them stuck.
Is that a thing? I've never seen that.
I've seen that once or twice, and it has made me sick.
I have honestly got my hands crossed over my chest right now in shock because that is just so disgusting.
I think it's really. I think you could like place the ick into categories, right?
Yeah.
Basic hygiene.
Yep.
Masculinity, which is toxic from us, but like standard, and just weird habits.
Yeah, and then maybe there's like digital icks as well, like the emojis or like saying here, like
digital
that's like
icks as well. 4.
Yeah, like that's 4 categories. I like that. Yeah. So what were the 4 categories? We've got
poor hygiene. Yes.
Yeah.
Poor hygiene, masculinity, which is obviously toxic from us. Strange habits.
Yep.
And digital icks.
Digital icks. Okay, I like this. This is a nice conclusion to the podcast, Deb, and I feel like hopefully everyone listening has got a good idea of what the ick is and how unexplainable it is and how irrational it is, because a lot of these were interesting, but I don't know if they were all fair.
They weren't fair at all. I feel bad, but like, I'm sorry, he sang my name every time.
Philippa!
Literally, just like that, like that.
And then they put a little like bit of funk on the end, so it's like maybe someone will pick up that I actually can sing, and this is my big break. No,
yeah, just say my name, bro. There's no one else here. It's just me and you.
Well, thank you so much for joining the podcast, Pip, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll definitely have to have you back very soon.
Bye.
I hope you guys enjoyed my chat with Pip. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to subscribe, rate and review on Apple Podcasts or your favourite listening platform, and get in touch with me if you have any thoughts or stories to share on @madsworld.mp3 on Instagram or on my website, madsworld.co. Love and elbow taps. Peace.